Stay with us, and Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Time segment tonight. Let's get right to the sage of Southern California. Joins us from Santa Barbara. All right, Miller. President's speech coming up momentarily. What say you?
Well, the first thing I'd do is make sure that Jar Jar Biden was put down for the night. Somebody has got to pump a sedative dart into his haunch so he doesn't run on live in the middle of the speech and start doing the crazy Eddie thing. Second, as far as the president goes, I would tell him, like I would tell a young comedian preparing a television appearance live, that he shouldn't tip all the punchlines. I think he's going to give details. I think what we have with ISIS and, the other terror groups is a premise problem. I don't think it's about the details. I think it's a premise problem. If I was him, the best thing he could say is, as of tonight, we're at war with jihad. Say those two words and the rest of it is all gravy. But as I was watching Megyn Kelly interview the tenured Tonto the other night, I remember thinking, the world does look at us as Churchillian now. Unfortunately, it's not Winston, it's more Churchill.
Right.
We need to be more Wilt Chamberlain and less Neville Chamberlain, because at this point, I think jihad looks at us, and ironically, I think they think Barack Obama's the JV. So if I was him, I'd say the word war against jihad. That's it.
I would too. I agree 100%. We've been underestimated by Nikita Khrushchev and the communists. They were going to bury us. The jihadists underestimating us now. Taunting us by beheading our citizens on the video. And I think Obama has got to just bring it. But whether he can bring it or not, that is the question. Whether he has,
right.
All right, now Miller and I fly around the country, and we know that the seats are getting smaller as Americans are getting larger, and when you put the seat back down, you can dislocate your jaw. It's crazy. And there are fights, literally fights breaking out, Miller, on the planes when the little seat back goes down. What say you?
Last time you and I were on coach, Gary Powers was flying, all right?
Some airlines don't have first, and they don't have business. Like Southwest, they just, I fly them once in a while. You got to sit down.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know. Billy, I was surprised that you installed one of those knee protectors on our private jet when we left Rapid City, South Dakota last year. I went to lean back, and usually you read me a bedtime story to put me to sleep on the Boulder Fresher tour. And I was leaning back thinking, okay, Billy's going to pick up the story of Johnny Stossel's magic stash, turn it into a caterpillar. And I found the knee protector there, and I thought, wow, this is really getting invasive. Folks, don't fly coach. If you have to go from New York to LA, you're better off walking than flying coach, okay? Because you're going to sit down in coach, they're going to chain you to the oar and tell you to pay attention to the guy working the drum up at the front of the cabin.
How did it happen? How did it get this bad? My father once forced me to take a Greyhound bus from Long Island to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I thought that was the worst. You couldn't get any worse than that. Even getting off at south of the border and eating those greasy omelets. But now it's worse, as you say, flying than taking the Greyhound down to Lauderdale.
Listen, Stretch, you couldn't even fit in coach anymore. Let's face facts, You've got those extendo legs. So the simple fact is, be lucky you're flush and hosting the Factor, because you don't have to go back into that freak show.
It's true. All right, Jay Carney, Miller and I have been on a camping trip with him. He left the White House, and now he's going to sign with CNN. And what do you think about that?
Well, I think Jake Carney, in the job we see on the screen, has spent the last 6 years becoming very comfortable in front of a small group of 70, 80 people who completely agree with him. And that's perfect for CNN. That's about the audience he's going to have over there, baby.
You don't see him as a threat to the power of the Fox News channel?
No, listen. Wolf Blitzer stays ever vigilant over there. He might not be paying attention to the world, but trust me, he's got Carney on a 24-hour lipstick spy cam in his dressing room. He knows what's up over there.
The other guy, and his name escapes me, the guy who was before Carney, he works for CNN too, or at least he used to. He took some shots at Obama. Who was before Carney. He works for CNN too, or at least he used to. He took some shots at Obama. What's his name? Does anybody remember? Can you tell me in the year?
Ron Ziegler?
No, that was Nixon. All right. What? Tell me.
Nixon,
Robert
Obama,
Gibbs.
come on.
Robert
Everyone's
Gibbs.
together.
You know, there's like a pipeline to CNN from the White House. But Gibbs, he's a little tough on Obama. You think Carney's going to do that?
No, the White House press corps is the White House press secretary is CNN's intern program. All right, they work them out there, then bring them up to the mothership.
Very good line. You become a White House spokesperson. Next stop, CNN. Dennis Miller, everybody. Martha McCallum on deck. President Obama's conflict.